Hey everybody, this is Perch. I'm going to read this mail to you. This isn't your typical viewer mail. So this is a mail from a creator. Well, you know what? Let me just read the mail. It kind of explains itself in the first paragraph. Okay, here it goes. Um, hey Perch, I'm not sure I should call you Perch because that is not your real name, but here goes anyway. Hey Perch. This mail is not a question for your channel as much as a statement that maybe some of your viewers will appreciate hearing, or maybe it will piss them off more. I don't know, lol. Okay, sorry. We will continue. I don't like lol. I don't know why. Just every time it's like a little thorn right in my side, but it's fine. Um, I am one of the creators who is owed money by Aftershock. I've appeared on lists of Bleeding Cool and a couple other sites in the vast list of creators that are owed by the company. It's kind of an awkward sentence there. This is an artist, right? Sorry. By the way, for what it's worth, I've corresponded with this person before. This is a legit artist. This isn't somebody like coming in just trying to pull a prank. I've talked to this person off and on for a couple of years, so I can vouch for this being a real artist. Here's a thing that I have not heard anyone report on, but is absolutely true. A lot of the people owed money by Aftershock never really expected they would ever get it. And that includes me. I did work for Aftershock in order to get a publishing credit that I could then leverage to get other work. Yes, it would have been nice to get paid, and yes, promises were made to me and a contract was signed. But I never fully expected the money. Let's be honest here. The money that I am owed is less than $5,000. This is for a full issue of work at Aftershock. I would certainly like $5,000. Who wouldn't? Times are a little tough, no matter what side of the political aisle you are on. So who wouldn't like money that you're owed? But the reality is, a lot of people working for Aftershock, as well as many of the other smaller publishers, are doing it as what you call a loss leader to their career. They are basically taking a gamble that doing this work, whether they are paid or not, will give them publishing credit that they can leverage to get a better paying job at a bigger company. And quite frankly, that is how a lot of the comic industry works. There's a lot of people speculating on various aspects of what's going on, but if you really get people to tell the truth, a lot of creators will tell you the same story. Again, we all like money, but most of us assumed Aftershock was never going to pay us, certainly after 30 days went by when payment was due. There are a number of other companies that operate this way. You've mentioned a couple. Heavy Metal is one. Oni is another, where many of the creators who work for those companies are just trying to get their resume built out. The sad truth of the matter is that Marvel and DC, in particular Marvel, and absolutely Image, although nobody ever seems to talk about them, almost insist that you have published credit at a company they can recognize. Given that a lot of the editors, particularly at Marvel and Image, are fans or friends with people at Aftershock, Black Mask, and several of the other smaller publishers, many of us take gigs there fully aware we may never be paid because our ticket to unlocking the better gig at the bigger company. This is a thing I don't hear anybody talking about. Lots of people are saying that the company was deceitful. I see various people on Twitter talking about protecting your rights as an artist, but let's be honest here for a moment. No matter what rights you protect, no matter what agents you get, no matter what lawyer you have look over your contract, by the way, good advice from yourself and Sean Murphy, however, it's not practical in an industry where to get ahead, you have to eat shit to get there. I'm not going to get paid by Aftershock. Even with this bankruptcy, even with everything that goes on, I find it very unlikely I'm going to get a check. I've accepted that, and truth be told, I accepted that a very long time ago. That's how this business works. I had somebody reach out to me to volunteer that I would work to volunteer that I'd work on one of their crowdfunded comics. What surprised and saddened me was that it was a similar deal that was offered. Basically, that I would do the work, draw a bunch of promo art, and then have to go on a number of live streams, many of which are by people who, if I went on their live streams, I would immediately be blacklisted everywhere else in the industry. But there was no proof of payment. The sad thing, if you are an artist in this business, is you need to either accept a absolutely too low a salary rate in order to get hired. So too low a salary to get. I don't understand this. I think you're saying you would accept. You're accepting rates that are lower than what you'd like to accept. I think that's what you meant by that. Okay, or just suck it up. Understand that I'm going to lose money for 3 to 5 years and eventually get a gig. Anyway, thought that might be informative for your readers to listen to. My readers? Okay. For your readers to listen to. I'm glad I'm not the only one. We're all used to this being a print medium, I guess. Your readers to listen to. And I hope that somebody can understand a little bit better what motivates people. By all means, I fully expect your viewers to post that I'm stupid, that I'm dumb, how could I do such a thing, and on it goes. But that is a reality of the business. Face facts. Sorry to say, that's where things are at. Keep up the subpar work. Yeah, thank you for that. I love how your little insult there at the end. Fuck off. You deserve to not get paid. Anyway, keep up the subpar work. Thanks. Okay. So, I wanted to just read that to you as a longer email, because that's truth. I'm just telling you, that is the truth. What I just read to you is exactly how it operates in comics. That is how people. That's how this business operates. Is it fair? Is it good? Is it a healthy business? No, none of these things are healthy. But I will say it's odd at times when you see all this angst, all this fighting, all this other stuff about comics. And I will agree. The point that this guy made is you don't see it come up. And that is that there is a heavy amount of pressure in this business to basically work for free or work for money you know you're never going to get, because it's the only way to get ahead. And that's been true in art and graphic design fields and writing fields forever. And comics is definitely no stranger to this model. But this is what's going on. So what do you do with all that? Yeah, that is how it works. I've heard so many horror stories from different publishers. Certainly comic publishers, and also a ton of horror stories on crowdfunding. There's a decent amount of people that change the rates. I got this absolutely nightmarish story from somebody who colored a comic book, one of the bigger ones, and was basically told, "Hey, we didn't make as much money off the campaign as we thought, so we're going to have to pay you, basically 75% of what we said we would." But the implied threat there was no contract. So it is surprising to me how a lot of crowdfunding books, a lot of these projects, there is no contract. It's all just kind of handshake over email deals. And what blows me away about that is that people are absolutely getting screwed in that world, absolutely. And that is absolutely happening. But this logic that you have to basically work for people who probably are never going to pay you if you ever hope to work the big two, yeah, it's a real thing. That's absolutely a common story. This is absolutely not the first time I've heard it before. And it's what a lot of smaller companies, frankly, leverage in order to get what they want. So there you go. there's a little bit of information for you. Do with it as you will. Anyway, thank you. All right, thank you. I don't know what to call you. Thank you, person who I know who wrote this in. It's appreciated. Thanks for coming forward with that. Would love to do an interview where you could just say it and say it outright in your own voice, but I understand why that may be difficult. Anyway, for all of you, love to see your reaction in the comments below. Like and subscribe, of course, and thanks for listening.